It all started in 1943 in war-torn London. The American Forces Network Europe was born out of a need that only broadcasting could fill, to keep Americans in uniform in touch with home, to inform them, and to bolster their morale when the going got tough. That was the mission then, and it is still the mission today, a half-century later. Like their predecessors 50 years ago, today's AFN broadcasters, technicians, and support staffers are still informing and entertaining men and women in uniform and their families who are away from home. But as AFN commemorates this milestone in military broadcasting, the European command that it serves is experiencing unprecedented turbulence. The operative words are drawdown and realignment in the midst of providing hope, comfort, and promise in places like Somalia and Croatia. On Thanksgiving Day, 1992, AFN activated its contingency affiliate in a tent city in Zagreb, Croatia, and within hours was broadcasting live radio and television service to members of the 212th MASH, who are providing medical support to the United Nations forces.
Our soldiers are ecstatic to be able to have it here. It's really allowed us to keep in touch with what's going on back in Germany. The spots that were done over the holiday period for us to say hello to the folks back in Germany and then for them to say hello to us have been wonderful.
On January the 4th, using lessons learned when Incirlik Turkey began taking the AFN signal last spring, AFN began exporting its 2 radio networks and 1 television service to its sister network in Italy and became the single source of AFRTS programming in the U.S. European Command. On January 6th, the ownership and operation of AFN Soesterberg was passed to the European Broadcasting Squadron. On the last day of March, AFN Bremerhaven's affiliate was silenced after 48 years of serving Norddeutschland. And in mid-April, AFN Stuttgart's mission was transferred to new studios at AFN Heidelberg as the network reconfigured to meet the needs of commands and audiences in transition. Most of AFN's outlets have retained the ability to produce and insert local news and command information into the network schedule. Locations like Würzburg, Kaiserslautern, Nuremberg, Shape, Belgium, Berlin, and stations on the Italian peninsula maintain an active local or regional news and command information program. As restructuring proceeds, the military leadership from the very top continues to use AFN as its primary avenue of communicating with the European command. Yes, AFN Europe is observing 5 decades of service, but the look back into history is a brief one. With reduced assets and an expanded mission, tomorrow's AFNers face challenges as great as any that confronted those first broadcasters back in 1943.